Black and white, young and old, clergy and lay. They gathered to pay tribute to a man who changed their lives. Grover Wright became one of the most influential mobilizers of African American Lutheran leadership in the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. Together, Grover Wright and his wife Irma empowered the most important African American leaders in the Lutheran Church today.
Irma and Grover have been very important to the development and growth of the African American leadership in the church.
I learned of Grover when I was a high school kid, and I learned from him then that one of the key things he wanted to do was to make sure that the witness of African Americans was a part of the Lutheran Church.
Part of the Lutheran Church.
And of course, he had just come off of being the recruiter for the LCA.
Right.
Now, it actually sounds rather odd that we have a layperson who is a recruiter for the Lutheran Church for ordained ministers, but that's what he did.
That's what he did.
And he did it well. He inspired a lot of people because even now, people like Reverend Jim Echols, who became the president of the seminary in Chicago, is one of his recruits.
That's right.
We had a clean focus on impacting the lives of young women and families.
That's it.
Moving from New York in 1953, Grover and his family found a home in Philadelphia's Strawberry Mansion neighborhood.
Grover was responsible for helping me to take that road in ministry. He helped to empower me, to mentor me, to make sure I was in the right place at the right time. When I felt called to work in the church, to do ministry in the church, I didn't know if I was called to become an ordained minister or to become a deaconess. And he mentored countless numbers of people towards service in the church.
When there came a time where there was a vacancy in a very high-ranking lay position in the church, I was available and pushed to seek and follow and do what I could to answer this call and follow it, and became the vice president of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, a position I held for 6 years.
In 1987, Grover became friends with the Reverend Dan Shook. Their partnership was instrumental in forming and funding the Black Lutheran Community Development Corporation, which provided affordable housing and support services to single-parent families in order to help them to become self-sufficient. When Grover passed in 1997, Irma Wright continued his good works. In 2010, she gave a gift of $75,000 to establish the Dr. Grover C. and Irma S. Wright Scholarship Fund. This fund is for African American students at the Lutheran Theological Seminary at Philadelphia. It was the largest African American gift in the 150-year history of the seminary.
Irma has been a wonderful person. She supported him all the way along the line, and now that he is gone, she received as proceeds from the Black Lutheran Community Development Corporation the sum of money that was left over, $75,000. She lives in a very modest home. She gave the whole thing to the seminary to start this scholarship fund.
He loved young people and tried to encourage them to want to do something with their life. This is the fruits of the things that he used to do. And I'm the one to keep it moving. And thank God I made the right decision.
The same spirit and mission that guided Grover and his wife throughout their years of service now infuse the mission of the Grover and Irma Wright Scholarship Fund.
We need to encourage young people in the same spirit that Grover and Irma encouraged young people to be leaders in the church. The church needs people who have the spirit that Grover Wright had.
Irma is a wonderful mother figure. Her desire to just invest in the future of African American Lutheran leadership in the church, it gives me courage and inspiration to move forward in what God has called me to do. Financial aid was a very important factor in my even embarking upon seminary journey. And every year that I've been in seminary, scholarship assistance has been an important part and a decision point, in fact, about whether to continue. And so receiving this scholarship is literally enabling me to finish out my third year of academic studies here.
In the words of Grover Wright, we have today a challenge, an opportunity, and a dare to begin new ministries, to expand the gospel reach, and to serve with integrity.
As a student leaves out from the seminary, they can do a number of things. We have people that are going into parish ministry, people who are going into community organizing, they're going into nonprofit work and so forth, but all of this is the church working with community and bringing everything together.
The Grover and Irma Wright Scholarship will equip a new generation of African American Lutheran leaders to respond to the challenge, seize the opportunity, and accept the dare to extend the impact of the gospel in the 21st century.
So investing in this scholarship fund is investing in the future of the church.
Please join Irma Wright in carrying on Grover's legacy and investing in the future of African American Lutheran leaders. Please support our mission by generously adding to the Grover and Irma Wright Scholarship Fund today. Thank you for your support.